Saarilahti. My latest single is called You. You is, well, it's like an acoustic guitar track. It's quite different than my previous work, which was very electronic, synth pop. How this song came to be was originally I wanted to get an acoustic guitar, only for the reason that I just wanted to play Sound of Silence by Simon & Garfunkel. That was it, I just wanted to play that song at home. I said I will buy any guitar that's under 30 euros, that's 5 minutes away from me and comes with a capo and a guitar stand. Some people want a certain brand or certain type of wood, like that for me was enough. And eventually I saw an ad and it had all those things, so that was my guitar. And I recorded the song with this guitar. I've actually recorded a lot of my new songs with the same guitar. I had the idea that it would just be this song that was on guitar and all these melodies would build up and they would loop and it'd be very simple, just like 3 chords, like looping. And then at the end, the sounds start to get less and less and it ends kind of like how it began. So once I had finished the track, I thought about making a video for it. For me, the song always felt really summery, but it also had this nostalgia. So the original idea I had for the video was going to be me approaching this open field and there's this chair and I'm coming with my guitar and then I sit down, I start playing and then all these local farmers come and they get to sit down and watch the performance and at the end everyone gets up and dances. My dad's side of the family have been farmers since forever and one of the stories my aunt told me which always stuck in my mind was that her and my dad used to put on little plays at the farm and get like the pigs and things like that and the local farmers would sit down and watch these performances and I always thought it was such a really sweet, innocent image in my mind, just like a simple performance where people kind of take a break from work and they get to watch this and enjoy it together. So that was my original idea, but then with this COVID situation and getting people, it was kind of tricky. So in the end I was like, okay, I will just do a video with just me in it. And so I had this idea that it's like, there's 2 worlds. It's me in this present day, and then there's like this dreamscape or these past memories that keep coming into the vision. Because I love so much the dancing in I Will Be the Sun for You, I thought, okay, I have to incorporate a dance number to dance the end of the film. One of the things I had made for myself before the shooting date was a sign that said to practice your dancing every day and practice your instruments because I'm the type of person who's never going to bother. And I didn't learn my lesson the first time and here I was for shooting the scenes for You, and which is all these guitar melodies. And in the car ride over there to the field, which is about a 45-minute drive, it's me in the backseat with my headphones, hastily trying to remember all the parts and relearn them again so that I'll be ready for the shoot. And I managed to get it, but like, geez, when am I gonna learn to just practice? So every time I see the shot, all I think about is the way my hands are playing the guitar. Like that's how I play without a pick, but it just in the shot, it just looks like this zombie hand, like just, And I think about me on the piano, how I had the scorpion hand going up and down the keys, and now when I'm playing the guitar, it's just like the zombie hand, so I don't know. One of the difficulties with shooting on Super 8 is that there's no sound. Like there's no sound on the Super 8 camera. And I'm sure you can find a way to maybe record it or record on digital same time to keep track of the scenes you're shooting, but I never bother. And for these lip sync scenes, of course I never keep track of which parts I'm gonna lip sync and to the song. And so for the editing it was so tricky because I don't know which part I was lip syncing to, and I just remember I had to like zoom in a lot to try to see my lips move, like what part am I singing? I mean, I managed in the end, but this is probably why I have to edit my own music videos because I don't think anyone would want to deal with this and be able to figure out what part I'm singing to on Super 8. I was so inspired by the dancing that we did in my music video, I Will Be the Sun for You, and I really wanted to do more dancing in videos, and I started just practicing at home and like learning from YouTube videos, choreography videos. And this was also the time during Britney Spears' conservatorship trials, and I was watching some of her videos and seeing how much choreography she has like in her performances and in her videos. So I remember like learning on YouTube one of her choreographies for Baby One More Time. And when we were shooting this scene for You in the field, and I was like dancing around and around, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, I don't really have much of a dance background, so I don't really know what kind of moves to pull from. And then I just remember that Britney Spears video on YouTube, and I was like, okay, I'll start pulling for some of those moves I was practicing to. So some of these dances is just me thinking of all those Britney Spears moves. When I see this shot, I always just look at that grasshopper that's on my dress. There's a few shots where you see them like under my dress, on my dress, because if you just stood for like more than 5 seconds, you already have tons of these grasshoppers climbing all under you. And I remember this one shot that you see in the video, and it's like crawling, you can see it crawling through my dress as I'm dancing. And I mean, they went on a ride with me, but there's no point stopping because there's just gonna be so much more coming. So we all just dance together. So for this shot, I wanted it to be this girl opening the drawer, and then you see all these letters, because whenever we think of letters, it's always that nostalgia or these memories that rush over us. And I remember when we were going to shoot the scene, I was like, I need some letters to just stuff in the drawer. So I don't know if I could find any for myself, and I asked my boyfriend, I was like, do you have any letters like from mom or my ex-girlfriend? Something you want to just like shove in that drawer to make it look like they were meant for me? And there was also this other scene that I cut from the video, but it's like me on the bed reading this letter, and I asked my boyfriend, I was like, okay, maybe you should like write me a letter so I have something to read. And he wrote this letter, and I just remember opening it, reading it. It was like about a pig and this journey of a pig, and I'm just sitting there reading about this adventurous pig. With the song, you know, I had this idea that it's like this beginning guitar melody, and then it builds up with all these melodies until finally it starts to get more stripped down and the song ends the way that it starts. And so I kind of thought that it would be interesting with the video to do the same thing. In the video, it's me approaching this chair, playing the song, and then all these adventures and these things happen, and then it comes to the very end with me back to the chair, leaving. So it was kind of like a nice way to also play off the song. And you know, it's interesting with this song because it's really different than my previous albums, my previous songs. It's kind of like a country folk song, and I remember showing some friends and they were kind of unsure about me using this track because it's so different. And there were some questions where people say like, yeah, but is it too different? Will it screw up your algorithm? All these things. And I don't know, like for me, I'm not afraid to really dare to do things differently. I don't think you always have to have like a new project every time you evolve or you try something new. And I think it's okay to allow yourself to develop in front of people. You know, when I think of artists like, then we know David Bowie or Madonna or something, you know, we allow them to go through changes in their sound and their visuals and their videos. And I think that's what's really interesting and inspiring to see that. And for me, keeping this song, this very acoustic country track that is so different than my previous work, I think that's so nice that you allow yourself to change and develop and in front of everyone with keeping who you are. And so for me, that was the decision to keep this track under my same artist name.